Do you want to learn the secret to ensure that 2020 becomes your best riding year yet? If you said yes, this video is just for you. Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm an online performance and mindset coach for equestrians, and I'm here to help you become the rider of your dreams. Okay, so let's start by something that I know about you. I know that you want to become a better rider. That is something that we all have in common, guys. And whether you are an amateur rider, semi-professional, professional, competition rider, trail rider, leisure rider, whatever it is that you do with your horses, I know that you want to become a better rider. For you, for your horse, just to be happy with your horse and be able to do everything that you want. So that is something that we all have in common. But what we also have in common is that most of us don't know really what being a better rider means. And that's so important, guys, because if you don't have an idea of exactly what it is that it means to you to become a better rider, how can you get there? How can you work towards it? And that's the secret, guys, having clarity. Clarity is like the most important thing that you can have for your horseback riding. This is what's going to make you progress. And the only way to have clarity, and this has been shown scientifically, guys, there are scientific studies that show this. The only way to have clarity in a sport is to give yourself a goal. Okay, so setting a goal correctly is something that takes time. But I want to share with you 3 tips that I think that are really going to help you if you want to set your goals correctly. The first one is that it has to be meaningful for you. It has to mean something special for you. And this is where you're saying like, duh, if I'm putting it as a goal, if I'm setting it as a goal, it's because it is important for me. Yes and no, guys. The thing is that many times we have this idea of what we would like to be, or just because it was something that we used to do when we were younger, or that we see all our friends do, that we say, yes, this is what I want. But the thing is, guys, is that if it is not something that is really going to mean, it's going to be important and meaningful for you, at the first hurdle, at the first blockage, at the first difficulty, you're going to stop trying. You're not going to continue working towards that goal. And you're going to feel defeated, you're going to feel demotivated, you're going to feel unsuccessful, and you will not want to set goals again. So make it meaningful for you guys. That's very important. Second thing that you have to pay attention to when you're setting goals is that they have to be set in a way that you can evaluate them and you can modify them if necessary. What I mean by this is that if by the end of the year I ask you, did you achieve your goals? You should be able to answer to me yes or no. If you are not sure, if you're like, yeah, I think so, there's a problem. That means that your goal was not clear enough, that you didn't really know when it had been achieved or when it hadn't been achieved. And that's the other thing, is that because you can evaluate them, you can also modify them. Let's say, for example, that at the beginning of the year, you told yourself that you were going to go on a certain riding level. And you realize, or something happens to your horse, or something happens to you, you know, life happens. And then you have to reevaluate that goal. You have to modify it. But because you know exactly where you want it to be, and you know if you have the chance or not to get there, you can modify that. And that is really going to empower you. That is really going to make you feel that you are in charge of what's happening. And it is going to be more motivating, guys. It is going to really give you the want to go for it. It's like just doing it. And that's very, very important, keeping up the motivation when we are working towards our goals. The third thing that you really have to be attentive to when you are setting your goals is that they have to be ambitious yet reasonable. The thing, guys, is that of course you want to give yourself a goal that is going to be ambitious, because that is what's going to make you progress. That is what's going to really push you forward. But it has to be also reasonable. You have to know where you're at and what are the possibilities of getting where you want to be. And let me explain. For example, let's say that you are a novice rider and you want, let's talk about dressage for example, and you want to go to Grand Prix. The thing, guys, is that it can happen. Of course, I'm not going to tell you no. Of every Grand Prix rider started one day. So why not you? But the thing is that if you're thinking that you're going to do that in 1 year, that's going to be a little bit difficult. That is going to be a little bit like stretching it. So be careful about that, guys, because if you give yourself a very unreasonable goal, that is going again to demotivate you. And when you get demotivated, you start working towards it and you stop just trying. And it is like the worst thing that you can do for yourself. It's even better not even to give yourself a goal if you're going to give yourself one that is completely crazy. So let's make a recap of the 3 things that you have to really pay attention to when you're setting your goals. You have to make them meaningful for you. Very, very important. Second thing, you have to be able to evaluate them and modify them if necessary. And the third thing is that you really, really have to give yourself ambitious goals, but that they are also doable. Something that you can really achieve. Reasonable goals. It is very, very important, guys. So maybe you're telling yourself, maybe you want to tell me right now, it's like, yeah, but Maria, I have already done this. I have set myself these kinds of goals and I have not been able to achieve them. Or maybe I've tried to set these kinds of goals, but I always get a little bit like muddled and I don't know exactly if I'm doing it right or wrong. So because I know that this is something that happens a lot, I have decided to give a free masterclass, guys, a free 4-day masterclass where I will be going with you through the exact exercises that I use with my coaching clients to set your goals, your equestrian goals, in a way that it is going to be almost sure. It will depend also on the work that you put afterwards, but you can ensure that it is going to happen. Those goals are going to happen, because the first and most important thing is planning them, setting them up correctly, and afterwards the work, it's easy. Really, it is easy. If you have done your goals in the right way, if you have set them in the right way, the rest is something that is going to come like a flow. And that's the idea, guys. So I am giving for free this 4-day masterclass, and if you are interested, if you want to be there, guys, you can just go down below to the link and subscribe. This is going to be amazing, an amazing masterclass, and I really, really wish that you're going to be there, because I know that it works. And I've been working on this with my coaching clients for 6 years. 6 years where I've seen horseback riders go from where they are to really where they want to be in the time that they had given themselves. And it's so empowering, so motivating. And I want this for you. I really want this for you. So go to the link down below and subscribe, because it is completely for free. It is going to be 4 amazing days together. It is really going to be a game changer on your equestrian life. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please share it, because the more we share out this information, the more we're going to help the equestrian community. And that's so important. Giving is caring. Caring is giving. Giving is caring. Okay, guys, I will be seeing you on next video. Bye.